November 2nd, 2014, from Gillette Stadium in Foxboro, Massachusetts. It was the Denver Broncos at the New England Patriots. And the Broncos would have the ball first, and they would go 3 and out on their first possession. And the Patriots would take over with about 12 minutes left in the first on their own 30. They did pick up a first down, but after 6 plays, they would end up punting as well. So now Denver would get the ball back with about 10 minutes left in the first, and they went 3 and out for the second consecutive possession. So now the Patriots would get the ball back with about 9 minutes on the clock in the first quarter. They had it on Denver's 39. They weren't able to pick up a first down, but they were already in field goal range. And Stephen Gostkowski came out to attempt a 49-yard field goal, and it was up and it was good, and the Patriots took the early lead as they put the first points on the scoreboard with the score New England 3, Denver nothing. So now the Broncos would take over with about 7 minutes left in the first. They had the ball on their own 20. They would bring it up towards midfield. Then on 2nd and 6 from the Denver 48, Peyton Manning hit Emmanuel Sanders for a 21-yard pass. They would bring the ball across midfield into the New England 31. Then on 2nd and 10 from the 31, Peyton Manning hit Julius Thomas for an 18-yard pass that brought the ball into the red zone on the New England 13. Then on 3rd and 10 from the 13, Peyton Manning went to Thomas. It was incomplete, but there was a pass interference call against Browner, and so it was now 1st and goal on the 1 for the Broncos. Hillman then punched it in from a yard out, and the Broncos now had the lead with the score 7-3 Denver over New England. The Patriots now got the ball with about 4 minutes left in the first. They had it on their own 22. Brady hit Gronkowski for a 20-yard pass to bring it to the 42. And then on 2nd and 6 from the 46, Brady hit Edelman for a 13-yard pass to give the Patriots a first down in Denver territory on the 41. They would then pick up another first down on 2nd and 3 from the 34 when Shane Vereen ran for 6 yards. And then on 3rd and 10 from the 28, Brady would hit Gronkowski for an 11-yard pass to make it a first down in the red zone on the Denver 17. Brady was then sacked by DeMarcus Ware for a 1-yard loss, and the first quarter came to a close with the score Denver 7, New England 3. So the Patriots opened up the second quarter with the ball on the Denver 18. It was 2nd and 11. Brady then hit Edelman for a 7-yard pass that made it 3rd and 4, but they couldn't pick up the first down, and so Gostkowski would come out to attempt his second field goal of the game, this one from 29 yards out, and it was up and it was good, and it was now a 1-point game with the score Denver 7, New England 6. So the Patriots cut the Broncos' lead to 1. And now the Broncos would get the ball on their own 21 with about 14 minutes left in the first half. And then after picking up a first down with a 14-yard pass to Welker, it was now first down on the Denver 35. Peyton Manning dropped back to pass, and Rob Ninkovich picked off Peyton Manning, and he ran it for 11 yards. And so now the Patriots would have the ball on the Denver 34 with about 13 and a half minutes left before halftime. A few plays later, after picking up a first down, a pair of first downs actually, it would be 1st and goal on the 5, and Tom Brady would hit Julian Edelman for a 5-yard touchdown pass as the Patriots took the lead, as it was now New England 13, Denver 7. So now Denver would take over with less than 12 minutes left before halftime. They had the ball on their own 20. They ended up getting an illegal formation that brought them back to the 15. But then on 2nd and 13 from the 17, Peyton Manning hit Julius Thomas for a 24-yard pass that brought the ball to the Denver 41. Penalties would bring them backwards as they went back to the 31. And so now it would end up being 4th and 20 on the Denver 31. They would bring out the punting unit. But on the punt, it ended up being... It was crazy. The punter fumbled it, but then he ended up getting the punt off, and so he punted the ball. Julian Edelman then ran it back 84 yards as he zigzagged the field. He went one way, then he went all the way to the other side of the field, then he cut back and went all the way across the other side of the field as he was doing the Mark Azzaro or something on the field. It was a crazy, insane punt return, and it was a touchdown, 84-yard punt return. And so now the Patriots were in the lead 20-7 over the Broncos. So now the Broncos got the ball with about 8 minutes left in the second quarter. They had it on their own 25. They would bring the ball out to midfield and into New England territory. On 2nd and 8 on the 48 of New England, Peyton Manning hit Emmanuel Sanders for a 25-yard pass that brought the ball to the 23, but they wouldn't get any further. And so McManus would come out to attempt a 41-yard field goal, but it was no good. It hit the right upright. And so the score remained 20-7, Patriots over the Broncos. The Patriots would then go 3 and out, and so the Broncos would get the ball back on their own 33 with a little less than 5 minutes left before halftime. They would end up getting into New England territory, but then on 4th and 6 from the 34, they decided to go for it, and Peyton Manning was sacked by Ayers, and the Broncos turned the ball over on downs. So now New England had the ball with about 2 minutes left before halftime, and just to be clear, they probably went for it because of the wind, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, so now the Patriots had the ball on their own 43 to begin their drive with 2 minutes left before halftime. A 1-yard run brought it to the 2-minute warning. And so now the Patriots would bring the ball into Denver territory, but then on first down from the 38, they got penalized for intentional grounding, and that brought them back to the Denver 49, and it made it 2nd and 21. Brady then hit Julian Edelman for a 26-yard pass, and it was now a first down on the Denver 23. Brady then hit Shane Vereen on a little short dump-off, and he took it 18 yards all the way to the 5-yard line to make it 1st and goal on the 5. Denver then called a timeout, and then on 1st and goal from the 5, Tom Brady hit Julian Edelman for the touchdown, but it ended up being reviewed, and the play was reversed and called incomplete. So that would bring up 2nd and goal from the 5, and they would end up getting no yards on a short pass, Brady to Vereen. So now it was 3rd and goal from the 5. Tom Brady then went back to Vereen, and this time it was a touchdown, a 5-yard touchdown pass, and the Patriots were now up 27-7. Peyton Manning and the Broncos would end up taking a knee, and this game would go to halftime. So at halftime, the score was 27 Patriots, 7 Broncos, as the Patriots led the Broncos by 20 points going into the locker rooms. So now, coming out of the locker rooms for the third quarter, the Patriots would start things off, and they had the ball on their own 20, and they would bring it up to midfield, and then on 3rd and 10 from the New England 46, Tom Brady dropped back to pass, and he was intercepted by Robbie, whatever. So now the Broncos took over with about 13.5 minutes left in the third. They had the ball on their own 43, and then on 3rd and 6 from the Denver 47, Peyton Manning dropped back to pass, and he hit Julius Thomas for a 27-yard reception. It was now a first down on the New England 26. They then got into the red zone, and on 3rd and 2 from the New England 18, Peyton Manning dropped back to pass, and he found Julius Thomas for an 18-yard touchdown reception, and that made it 27-14. Peyton Manning actually ended up tying Johnny Unitas for having his 47th straight game with a touchdown pass, and that's the 3rd all-time. Drew Brees is number 1 with 54 straight games with touchdown passes. So Peyton Manning needs just 7 more games to tie Drew Brees for that record, 8 to pass him. So anyway, now the New England Patriots had the ball with 11 minutes left in the third quarter. They had it on their own 20, and they would start moving the ball up towards midfield, and they got into Denver territory, but their drive ended up stalling on the Denver 27. Gostkowski came out to attempt a 45-yard field goal. It was up, and it was good. And the Patriots now led 30-14. Denver would now take over with less than 8 minutes left in the third. They had the ball on their own 20. Peyton Manning dropped back to pass on first down. He was looking for Welker, but he was intercepted by Browner. Browner ran it back 30 yards, and the Patriots now took over on the Denver 10-yard line with about 7.5 minutes left in the third quarter. And on first down, Tom Brady hit Brandon LaFell for a 10-yard touchdown pass that made it 37-14. So now the Broncos would take over just a few seconds later, as it only took the Patriots one play to score. The Broncos had it on their own 28. Peyton would then hit Hillman for a 13-yard pass, and then he hit Sanders for a 25-yard pass, and the Broncos were now on the Denver 34. Moments later, it would be 2nd and 10 from the 15, and Peyton dropped back, and he hit Hillman for a 15-yard touchdown pass, and it was now 37-21. The Patriots now took over with less than 6 minutes left in the third. They had the ball on their own 20. They would bring it up to midfield and into Denver territory as they would bring the third quarter to a close when on 1st and 10 from the Denver 32, Gray ran for 7 yards. So after 3 quarters of play, the score was New England 37, Denver 21. And to open up the fourth quarter, the Patriots had the ball on the Denver 25. It was 2nd and 3. Brady then took it up the gut for a 4-yard run to pick up the first down. Then on 1st down on the 21, Brady would hit Gronkowski for a 20-yard pass, as Brady went over 300 yards with that pass, and that makes it his 62nd 300-yard game, and he ties Brett Favre for 4th on the all-time list. And so now it was 1st and goal on the 1, and Tom Brady hit Rob Gronkowski for a 1-yard touchdown pass. With this touchdown pass, it's the 22nd time in Tom Brady's career where he's thrown for 4+ touchdowns, which ties Dan Marino for the 4th all-time. And by passing that to Gronkowski, that was the 51st time Brady and Gronkowski have connected, and that makes it that right there is a record that actually ties a bunch of stuff. It's just a bunch of records going on. Anyway, the Patriots then went for the 2-point conversion, and they failed, so the score was 43-21. Patriots over the Broncos as they led by 22 points. So now, with about 14 minutes left in this game, the Broncos took over on their own 20. They would end up getting down the field real quick. On 1st down, they had a 41-yard pass from Manning to Julius Thomas. And so now it was 1st down on the 39, and then on 2nd and 8 from the 37, Manning hit Sanders for a 28-yard pass. So now it's 1st and goal on the 9. They would only pick up 1 yard, though, on 1st down, and that would bring up 2nd and goal from the 8, and 3 straight incomplete passes would turn the ball over on downs. So they failed to score, being right there on the 8-yard line. And the Patriots now took over on their own 9-yard line. They would go 3 and out, and they punted the ball back to the Broncos, who took over on their own 19. They then got a 24-yard pass from Manning to Anderson to bring it to the 43. But then on 4th and 5 from the 48, they went for it. Manning hit Sanders. He got 4 yards, but he was stopped just short as the Patriots defense, even being up by 22 points, refused to let the Broncos even get that 1st down right there as they forced them to turn the ball over on downs. So now the Patriots took over with about 9 minutes left in the 4th quarter. They would go 3 and out and punt the ball back to Denver. So now Denver had the ball with about 6 minutes left in this game. They had it on their own 15. They would actually bring the ball to midfield and into the Patriots' territory. But then on 4th and 1 from the New England 26, Peyton Manning threw an incomplete pass and turned the ball over on downs for the 3rd straight possession. So now the Patriots would take over on their own 26 with about 3 minutes left in this game. They would eat up a little bit of game clock, but after 6 plays, they punted the ball back to Denver. So now Denver had the ball with a little over a minute and a half left to play, and they wouldn't really get much going, and this game came to a close with the final score, New England 43, Denver 21. And with the victory, the Patriots are now 7-2, as they're just the 2nd team in the NFL to reach 7 victories in 2014. They're undefeated, 5-0 in Foxboro this season. The Broncos are now 6-2 on the season, and they're actually below 500 away from Mile High, as they are now 1-2 on the road. And in this game, Tom Brady was 33 for 53 with 333 passing yards, 4 touchdowns, and 1 interception. He also ran for 4 yards off of 2 carries. Peyton Manning was 34 for 57 with 438 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. He actually ran for 3 yards off of 2 carries as well. The leading rusher in this game only had 33 yards. That was Jonas Gray. He had 12 carries for 33 yards to be the game's leading rusher. This one was just all about passing. The leading receiver was Emmanuel Sanders. He had 10 receptions for 151 yards. Demaryius Thomas had 7 receptions for 127 yards. And the leading receiver for the Patriots was their tight end, Rob Gronkowski, with 9 receptions for 105 yards and a touchdown. His 4 separate receivers for the Patriots had touchdowns, as Edelman, LaFell, and Vereen each had touchdowns as well. Edelman had 9 receptions for 89 yards. And Vereen actually had 38 yards off of 5 receptions, and he had 29 yards off of 11 carries. And in this game on defense, the leading tackler in this game was Jamie Collins of the New England Patriots. He had 11 tackles. The Patriots had 1 sack. That was Ayers. The Broncos had 1 sack. That was DeMarcus Ware. Their leading tackler was TJ Ward with 8 tackles. And Raheem Moore had 8 tackles as well. As for picks, the Patriots had 2 picks. Browner and Ninkovich both had picks. And Roby had a pick for Denver. So the Broncos get blown out in Foxboro, as very few of the analysts had picked the Patriots. I picked the Patriots, as those familiar with the Pond Further Review or the Quick Picks saw. But as watching all the shows, NFL Network, ESPN, everything, and everybody was picking the Broncos. But don't ever count out Tom Brady. You don't want to make Tom Brady an underdog, because if you put Tom Brady and the Patriots in the role of underdog, you see what happens. You see what happens when you put him in the role of underdog against the Bengals. They blew them out. You see what happened? They put him in the role of underdog against the Broncos at home. Blow out the Broncos. Brady wins again. Brady Manning 16, and out of the 16 games they faced, Brady's won 11, Peyton's only won 5. Who's the best? Tom Brady. Final score, New England Patriots 43, Denver Broncos 21.